Now, WLOX First Alert Weather with senior meteorologist Wesley Williams.
How about this beautiful weather we're enjoying this Friday, September 20th? Let's take a look outside in Biloxi, Gulfport. Also looking back into Biloxi, seeing plenty of sunshine today. And our first alert radar showing very little to no rain. There might be a very tiny pop-up shower there to the south of Picayune near the 9 in the I-59 icon there. But overall, looks like there's not much rain to talk about. So let's take a look at those temperatures. It's already warming up in most areas, seeing temperatures reported in the 80s. We find 88 degrees reported in Van Cleve, 90 reported in Moss Point. So looks like the hot stuff is over into Jackson County for sure. We also see an 88 reported in Gulfport at this moment in time. And check out the heat index numbers. A lot of them are into the 90s. So even though the temperatures are in the 80s, it feels even hotter. You got that heat index over 100 right now in areas near the Kill. So it's easy to tell if you'll be stepping out for the middle of the day here. It's summer, and it will likely stay that way despite when our calendar changes over to fall going into Sunday. You can see that rain chance there at only about 10% today. We do have dry high pressure nearby, and that's going to help to limit the rain potential. So it's really great weather. If all you can do is just manage to find a way to keep cool, you've got some pretty nice conditions to head outdoors today and enjoy spending some time outside, whether it's maybe taking a stroll through the park, find that shady spot in the tree at the park, or by heading down to the beach and lying out and of course getting some sun. But don't forget the beach umbrella too, and the sunscreen. UV index is very high. See that rain chance again, very slim. Of course, summer is on the way out according to the calendar, and fall will officially start 2 days from now at a specific moment. It is 7:43 a.m. Sunday morning. That is the equinox. It is a moment in time in which the sun's rays will be angled directly over Earth's equator, providing both of Earth's hemispheres with equal amounts of day and light. So that's why our days naturally, despite the time change, tend to get shorter from summer to winter, and fall is that transition season. Our days become shorter, our nights become longer. We get those fall cold fronts to eventually bring it into hurricane season. Can't wait. Eventually, at some point between September, October, November, and December, we eventually see some cooler air, lower humidity, and even some of the leaves manage to change over. Don't expect any of that for the next few days. High pressure is going to keep our temperatures above normal. And so like today, when we've got temperatures forecast to reach the lower 90s in many areas, that will likely happen again for tomorrow and for parts of Sunday too. There's a futurecast, and other than the little spotty shower you see over there near Picayune, you really don't see much rain. So you have some Friday evening plans. Looks great with hardly any rain showing up. Hey, hurricane season still near its peak, and so far it's not been the best. There have been multiple hurricanes that have made landfall this year along the Gulf Coast region. Debbie last month in Florida, Francine last week in Louisiana, and then Beryl, which hit Texas 2 months ago. And that was a Category 5 hurricane when it was out in the Caribbean. Thankfully, it made landfall as only a 1 in Texas. Only thing I'm watching on the tropics map, that area in the Caribbean. That has a medium chance to become a depression or storm. European model keeps it away from our coast through the middle of next week, but then some of that moisture begins to lift to the north by next weekend. Wind intensity, less than a storm. Different model, GFS. It's a more intense windstorm. Moves up into the Gulf by late next week and comes pretty close to our Mississippi coast. The wind information with that also suggested it will be around tropical storm strength. Regardless of what any models say, the bottom line is today it is still too early to know any details about what to expect. However, we are getting some ideas that as some of that tropical moisture is being drawn northward, GFS showing at some point next week, maybe some rain spreading up to us, European keeping the rain away from us. We are going to slightly uptick those rain chances for you around next Wednesday, Thursday. That's why they show up as 30% in case some of that tropical moisture begins to draw northward toward our coast. Check back in later days and we'll have many more details as it becomes clearer what to expect from the tropics.